Welcome back to another season preview on SJHL.ca and across all the SJHL social media platforms. And today we are pleased to be joined by the head coach and the general manager of the Weyburn Red Wings, Mr. Cody Mapes. Cody, thanks so much for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate it. How's it going?
Good, Jeromy. Thanks for having me. Appreciate the time.
Of course, and it's an exciting time because the SJHL regular season is just around the corner, and of course all of our coaches' conversations are presented by Saskatchewan Construction Safety Association. And Cody, before we look ahead to the 2023-2024 season, let's talk a little bit about last season. A return to the playoffs for the Weyburn Red Wings, finishing in 8th place and falling out in the first round of the playoffs in 5 games to the Balfords North Stars. But a resurgence for the Weyburn Red Wings, late season push to get into the postseason. But overall, when you look back at last year, what do you kind of take away from it?
Well, it was good. I think it was a big learning curve, not just for the players, but for ourselves as well. I think we really got to learn what it was going to take to get into the playoffs. You lose out in 5 to Battleford, but being able to play a team like that in the first round for 5 games in a row and really learn what one of the best teams in the country did to win. I think we learned a lot in that series. I think that'll pay off a lot here moving forward, just with trying to honestly, hockey's a copycat game, and people like to steal good ideas and stuff. And we were kind of lucky to be able to play a team like that was so good, and we definitely learned a lot.
Well, that's what they always say too, is, usually you see all these teams, whether it be in the NHL, junior hockey, for a team to win, you have to lose before you win, so you can learn how to win and see all those different things you have to do to, put in the work so you can be successful at whatever level of hockey you're in. Obviously, the Red Wings got back into the playoffs last year, which was exciting. I mean, for those 2 games at the CPP, they were bumping. The fans were super excited. What did it mean to bring playoff hockey back to Weyburn?
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, there was lots of buzz around the community even this summer. It was fun while the games were going on and leading up to them and stuff. Even the whole second half of the season there was a pretty good buzz going on. But there's been a lot of good support here throughout the summertime with our sponsors and our volunteers and all that stuff. And it's everybody wants to be part of a winning organization, and Weyburn's had that. Had it for a very, very long time, and we plan to get back that way. And it's the support in the community's been unbelievable. Kind of all off season, to be honest.
And that's a great segue because right after the season ended, it was announced that you signed a multi-year contract extension with the Weyburn Red Wings. What does it mean for you to be locked up with a historic organization like the Weyburn Red Wings for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, it's good. I'm excited to be able to kind of have a little bit of security here for myself personally, but being able to continue to build what we've started here. I mean, it's not going to be a 1 or 2 year thing. It's as we've seen, obviously, we've got a pretty good 5-year plan kind of thing, if you want to say that, in place, and we think that things are definitely going the right direction. So I mean, it's exciting that we get to be a part of that, about what we've started to build already here, and we get to kind of see that come through to fruition, hopefully, and get Weyburn back to kind of where it was through the 90s and early 2000s.
For sure. Now let's talk a little bit about the offseason for your hockey club. You saw 4 of your top scorers leave the organization, whether that be graduation or trade. But you were active on the trade front, acquiring Jacob Visitini from the L'Orange Ice Wolves, a couple of players from Blackfalds in the Ty Mason trade. Maybe just talk to me a little bit about your offseason and some of the acquisitions you made.
Well, I think Jacob is obviously going to be a big piece for us. He comes in and he's automatically our leading scorer, our returning leading scorer, I guess you could say. So obviously there's some big hopes there. I think the last trade we made with L'Orange worked out not too bad. So hopefully this one is a similar deal. But and then adding guys like a guy like Teasdale is going to be huge. He's going to be able to provide offense, especially when we have a relatively young group of forwards coming in. not a lot of scoring experience at this level. So, I mean, our defensemen, him and Kovacs and Henderson, those guys are going to be expected to help provide some offense and being able to kind of fill, hopefully fill the shoes of some of the guys that left, and I think Teasdale will be able to do that. So that's definitely been good for us, and we're excited about some of the guys that we have coming in, just signed out of other leagues. We've got 3 or 4 guys that have 15 plus junior A games, whether it be in the BC League or Alberta, and so I mean those guys are going to come in, and hopefully the adjustment period isn't quite as long as a true rookie that would come in. So we're excited about some of those guys.
Yeah, that kind of leads to my next question, because obviously junior hockey is, you have to adjust because of graduating players and new rookies coming in. Maybe just talk to me a little bit about your incoming rookie class. Obviously, there's lots to be determined with training camp and preseason, but some of the players you have coming in, what do you make of the new group of players coming into the Weyburn Red Wings organization?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think our group to start is probably going to be fairly young, especially up front. I think our back end and our goaltending, we believe in a lot. So I mean that's going to be our backbone until we can kind of get our feet settled under us to start the year with our forward group. But like I said, we've got guys that do have some experience, even though they're considered rookies. They do have some experience coming in, and scoring at the AAA level is important, and it lots of times it does translate to junior A. Just got to kind of buy that time till those guys can get their feet under them, I guess. But guys like Manette and Vizantini and Anderson, Betson and Legrander, we do expect those guys to step in right away and score. Be able to kind of provide the offense that we need to win early on. And I think we got a couple American kids coming in that put up some real big numbers in the past, and so I mean we're hoping that some of those signings kind of transition into some offense early on from some guys that have really put up some good numbers in some lower leagues.
For sure. And it's always about an adjustment period for those younger players too, and you just hope that they can adjust obviously sooner rather than later. Now, you kind of alluded to it with some of your answers prior, but it sounds like your blue line and your goaltending is going to be the strength of this Weyburn Red Wings team in 23-24.
Yeah, you know what, like Covey and Henderson having an injury he did last year kind of held him out for about half the year, but he kind of got his feet back under him, and now he's got a full off season under his belt again, which will be great. Bringing in a guy like Teasdale, he's 20 points or so there in the AJ last year. And, those 3 guys are all going to provide things differently than each other. But, we're excited about our back end, even the new guys coming in. We've got, a guy like Foster coming in that he's played. I think he's played 15 BCHL games. So, I mean, that adjustment period for him won't be as long as, a true 18-year-old rookie coming in, that kind of thing. So, we're excited about our back end being able to, even just being a year older, a lot of them kind of know what's going on. I think Ockergen's going to take another big step this year. He was good for us down the stretch last year too, and so that kind of stuff is just that experience of kind of having a same coaching staff and the same kind of teaching points, I guess. That's going to make things a little smoother early on, and a little bit less of, like we've talked about before, an adjustment period. So.
And I guess finally, Cody, we talked about it earlier on in the interview. Last year was a resurgence for the Weyburn Red Wings getting back to the playoffs. But moving forward now into 23-24, what are your expectations for this coming season for your hockey club?
Yeah, our goals are kind of similar to what they were last year. We had some internal goals that we definitely met, but we had some internal goals that we fell a little short too. And so we want to make sure that we give ourselves the best opportunity to reach those goals. Things have really changed in our division a lot. With Doug Johnson coming back, Melville's going to put a very competitive team. Jason does a great job in Estevan as well, and I guess. Yorkton's going to have a good year too, and so it's exciting for us to be able to be part of a good competitive division. But we definitely want to put our best foot forward and see if we can't walk away with a division title at the end of it.
Yeah, it should be a very interesting year in the Viterra division, to say the least. Well, Cody, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and best of luck in the 23-24 regular season.
Thanks, Jeromy.